Picks rolling in. Round one, number 7. The Las Vegas Raiders selecting Tyree Wilson, the edge bender. Led the Big 12 in pressures last season with 50 despite missing 3 games. A sideline-to-sideline type that has shown elite flashes in shutting down both the run and the pass. Tyree Wilson, once a Red Raider, now painted silver and black. Back in studio with the guys, and we got to get a grade from our guy Pete Prisco. Pete, this is one of those types that maybe the uninitiated didn't get to watch a lot of last year, but a premier talent here in Wilson. What's the grade?
Yeah, when you look at his tape, he's an explosive guy with a ton of traits that the NFL loves. He's the prototypical defensive end. I love his game. I think he's going to be the best pass rusher in this draft. There is an issue with his foot, and it sounds like it checked out. If the Raiders used the pick this high on him, it obviously checked out. That's the good news. He will be a dynamic edge rusher next to Max Crosby. Remember, Chandler Jones probably can get out of his contract after next year. He's going to be 34. It makes all the sense in the world when you're chasing Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert. I give this grade an A.
All right, so it's an A on an edge rusher for the Raiders. Usually it's a reach. A recent history has told us that, Ryan Wilson. Cleveland Farrell comes to mind, but here it's Tyree Wilson heading to the desert. What do you make of this pick? Pete gives his first A of the day. I assume you like it as well.
I do like it, and Pete touched on it. There were concerns from several teams that the foot injury wasn't where it needed to be medically. He hurt it. He hurt his foot, Tyree did, in November. He didn't work out at the Senior Bowl. We talked to him there, and he's a great young man, very serious about football, wanted to work out at the Combine, didn't happen there. But clearly there was at least one team that was okay with him. And when you see him, B-Mac, he is long. He's listed at 270, but he is so tall, he looks like he weighs about 225.
Yep.
I love the pick. You have Max Crosby. You have Chandler Jones. But I'll ask you this, B-Mac.
Yes, sir.
You look at the secondary, you're like, oh, wait a second. Christian Gonzalez is sitting out there. Is that a consideration over Tyree, or are you going with the edge rusher first?
I mean, me personally, I would have attacked the secondary play because they have really struggled a lot when you look at in years past in drafting cornerbacks, specifically high-round guys.
Yeah.
And then also you have to factor in their division. When you talk about some of the quarterback star power they have in their division, along with some of the wide receiver star power, you got to have guys that can cover. So maybe they have a game plan in place to be able to address the trench area first and then attack the secondary area later throughout this weekend of the draft. But I do like this move as well because you can kind of factor in the speed racing package, right? You move Tyree into a 3 technique. You still got Max. You still got Chandler Jones who can do some damage rushing from the perimeter side of things. So they might have a game plan in place because you talk about being 6'6", 270, extremely strong at the point of attack. You can do a lot with a guy like Wilson.
Well, there's some big-name quarterbacks in that division, and there's another pass rusher trying to get to him. It is the Raiders taking Tyree Wilson at number 7. Guys, great work. Let's take a look at the highest drafted players from Texas Tech. There he is, highest ever, Tyree Wilson, the Red Raider, now just a Raider, bettering Patrick Mahomes by 3 picks, and now left to go track that man down.